Back to Wildcat Stadium. Lindsey Wilson victorious 35-17 over Bethel. Coach Chris Oliver joins me now. And, Coach, I don't think it was the sharpest game of your Blue Raiders this year, but, you say it every week that the object of the game is to go 1-0 on the week, and that's what you guys did this week.
Yeah, for sure. And, we got to start off with that. This is a team, Bethel, that has played 6 ranked teams. They've played 3 top 10 teams. And, they've got talent. They're missing a few pieces on offense that they'd probably like to have compared with previous years. But, this is a team that is talented. It was senior day. It's an emotional day for them. I thought we did a lot of good things. I thought our defense had a lot of positives. We missed on some tackling late in the game, and things got a little bit sloppy. And some of that was the offense not finishing drives the way that we have come accustomed to. We could have put our defense in a few better spots. So I thought there were still some positives there. The bottom line is you go on the road, you win by 3 scores. We get the opportunity to go home and 8-0 and have a big game next week. So a lot of positives, but definitely not as sharp as we would have liked. And it's one of those things. I thought we had a pretty good week of practice. I thought we seemed focused. So I don't necessarily know if it's something where we were overlooking them to the game next week or anything like that. But it's one of those we got to watch a video and see what we see.
You said, and I know you're too close to the game, you haven't watched the film. I thought your defense, you mentioned their defense for a moment, especially for the first 3 quarters. I thought that they played lights out today. I thought they forced a lot of maybe a season high in 3 and outs.
Yeah.
They gave up the touchdown in the first half, but that was on a very short field.
Yep.
I thought they were very good.
Yeah, I thought they were. And, we ended up forcing 5 turnovers, I believe, with that. And like you said, the 1 touchdown early in the game was off of a punt return. Mm-hmm. So that was some good performance by the defense by and large. And offensively we had to help out. I think special teams wasn't quite the advantage today that it has been in a number of games. And we talked about that in the pregame, that Bethel's probably the best special teams team that we've played to this point. So we knew that was going to be a little more even today. But just some things there, that we need to clean up. But I thought there were a lot of positives from the defense.
You ended up today rushing for 161 yards. And some of those were some big runs, but I thought for the most part, especially late in the second half, I thought you did a good job of controlling the tempo of the game, and I thought your ground game, your offensive line did a pretty good job of winning the battle in the trenches. Yeah,
I thought as the game went on, it ended up being a good thing for us. They were committed on most downs to having 7 guys in the box. So they talked about wanting to take away something, and they tried to take away our running game. And after we threw for 300 yards, ran for 300 yards a year ago, you can understand that. So they tried to play with 7 in the box. I thought we didn't have a lot of push offensively, with the offensive line in the first half. That got better in the second half. We had some opportunities in the passing game that some of them we took advantage of, some of them weren't sharp. But then as the game separates and you have a windy day and it's a cold day, and you're trying to get out of here, you don't want to necessarily keep throwing the ball over and over again. You're trying to run and control that. And I thought as we went through the game, we got a little bit better there with that. But some of that was the Bethel defense taking away the run game in the first half, and some of that is, we just have to be more physical than we were today on the offensive line.
You scored late in the first half, then came right back out. And I thought the third quarter was easily your best quarter of the afternoon, on both sides of the ball for that one. That was a big stretch right there. That last 2 minutes of the first half, and then the 14-0 third quarter.
Yeah, the score right before half I think was huge. I think a big time momentum opportunity there, and something that helped us continue to pull away as the game goes on. But I think if we go into halftime and it's 14-10 and they just scored, that's a whole different momentum situation than us marching right down the field and tacking on that touchdown with less than a minute to go. So I thought that was probably the turning point in the game, and the biggest moment in the game was that touchdown right before half for us.
Coach, I know you allow your guys to embrace or celebrate. I don't want to celebrate, it's not the word, but enjoy this win going home. And then the next 2 games, and I know you're not concentrating on game 2, you're concentrating on game 1. This comes down to what you play football for.
Oh, you want to be in a situation where when you play in November, it means something. And, it's one of the things I always remember Coach Dressel talking about at Ohio State, and talking about meaningful November games and wanting to play your best football in November, and that's certainly a goal. So here we are. We've got through August, September, October, and heading to November, and we're undefeated right now. And obviously we've got a big challenge this week. A really good Georgetown team, and we're going to be focused and ready to go.
Coach, thanks so much. Good win today.
Thank you.